So welcome back to the channel. I found online a generator for the best price, and it had a known issue. And we're gonna be using it for our fifth wheel, as you can see behind us. And for the price, I figured even though the issue might still be going on with this generator, it might be worth it because it's something that you can fix on your own. And that generator is the Westinghouse 4500 or iGen4500. So let me show it to you really quickly. And so here it is. If you are looking for a generator, you're probably gonna want one similar to this in terms of power. So the running watts is 3,700, peak is 4,500. And that's gonna allow me to run at least my 15K AC unit. I have two, I probably won't be able to run two. So I'm thinking that for what I need, because we are gonna be traveling, further out west, all we need is one AC unit. So I think that if you are in the market, one thing you're gonna want is at least 4,500 watts. I'll do my best to do an unboxing for you guys. I just gotta find my selfie stick so I can set it up for you guys. I've been using my phone more versus my camera because it's just so much easier. I got a new phone, so life's been a lot easier. But here's just a quick diagram of everything out back. So a refrigerator, that's probably a home style refrigerator, 700 watts. RVs, 2,000 watts, for 15,000 BTU AC unit. So yeah, and that's pretty much what that one is. And I have a 12,500 BTU. So let's go ahead and get it out of here. So all you really need is just a basic pocket knife. But when you open the box up, you have your owner's manual basically. I gotta read that later. And you gotta pull the styrofoam off. And there it is. It is a beast. And I'm pretty sure some few other parts here. Let's take a look real quickly. So you have your funnel for the oil. They do provide the oil. And let's see what's in this little white box. It's a power cord to charge the generator. And this might be some tools. Yep. Screwdriver. And it's like a little ratchet or something like that. I have a bunch of tools, so I don't really need this stuff, but I'll just keep it just in case. It might enhance my resale value. But as far as the oil goes, let's see. I think they give you just enough to fill it. So 0.63 quarts, 10W30, and this is for a 4-stroke. So there you go. So you only need to add fuel to it, and you can go ahead and use this pretty much right out of the box. But there is a known problem, and I am going to show you whether or not this one has a problem here in 2022. Now let's go ahead and take it out of the box. Let's see if I can lift it by myself. All right, it's heavy. It is heavy. Whew. As far as the size of this generator goes, this is on the bigger side of things, but for it to be a 4,500 watt generator at peak, this is definitely what you're gonna need. I love how accessible everything is on this one too. Your fuel's obviously on the top, which is pretty normal. 3.4 gallons, 12.8 liters. So yeah, I'm gonna be able to test out how long that fuel is going to last. Out back, you can see they have the battery. I don't believe it is connected. Looks like it might be connected. Oh no, it's not. It's not connected. So you will have to connect the battery. Your exhaust looks to be back here. And on this side, you have a spot where you fill the oil. It also drains off to the side here too. Has like a little drain area. A few guys online said they didn't like that design, but we'll see how it works. But overall, the generator's in pretty good shape. It's so funny, they always come with a little bit of bruises on them, a little bit of imperfections. It's not like a car. You go buy a car, it's nearly perfect. With a generator, no matter what you do out of the box, there's scuffs on them. and that's just what you expect. But check this out. So the main thing I wanted out of a generator was for it to have some type of 30 or 50 amp plug. In order to see this, you have to have 3,500 watts, running, because typically a generator may not have that plug, and that's what you're going to need. You'll typically see these types of plugs. These are your 120 volt, 20 amps. But yeah, this one has a spot here. If you want to run 50 amps, you can run parallel with another generator. I don't need that for traveling, because we're going to probably stay at a campground typically all the time. But you have some USBs here. But this is good to have, like if you're on a site working, for an RV, as you can see, or if you're just, doing a party, you just need some amperage. So this has an eco mode. This is how you would start it and all that good stuff too. But as you just saw, the battery's not connected. You do have a decently nice size handle that you can use. I may not be able to do it with the camera in my hand, but it makes it a little bit easier to roll around and move it around at your campsite. But let's go ahead and get the oil in there. As you guys saw in the box, they do provide a funnel. It does twist on. And yeah, I'm just excited to get this thing started up and going. One pro tip I'll tell you: do not connect the battery until you have put oil in it. I have had friends who have walked away from a oil change project on their car, came back the next day, started the car up and drove it, forgot they didn't put oil in it, and of course, as you know, seized up the engine. So before I do that, the very first thing I'm going to do is make sure there's oil in here. Now, from the manufacturer, they probably already oil it a little bit, so you may not have to use what's all in that bottle. So just, just check it. Now, oh, actually, as you can see, there's actually a little bit of oil on there already. So we're going to use as little as possible, and we'll just keep checking it. But yeah, I strongly recommend doing this first. All right. So in the comment section, who hates wearing gloves? This guy definitely does. I hate wearing gloves. One thing I recommend too is you might want to go ahead and get a new funnel. It's not a great funnel for this type of job, so I just recommend, if you don't have one, of course it'll work, but once I'm done with this, I'm probably going to go ahead and get rid of it. So I'm going to go ahead and check it real quickly. I like to use these blue paper towels. I typically get them from Walmart or from AutoZone if they're on sale there, but they're definitely good for this type of stuff here. And so all you have to do is just basically twist this back off again. Actually, let me get another paper towel. Hold on one second. Alrighty, so here we go. So I have the cap here. So I already cleaned it off. Now I'm going to check it to see where the oil is. So I'll probably put about half of this in there. And as you guys just saw, there was already a good bit of oil. So let's check it out, see where it is. Actually, it's clean, so we got to put more oil in here. It's probably going to take the whole bottle. So I did spill a little bit of oil, but there's that much left. You can see the line there. But yeah, it doesn't take the whole thing, so you don't want to overfill it, because obviously if you overfill it, you gotta take some out. But all I gotta do now is connect the batteries over here, and we can go ahead and start this bad boy up. So before we start it, we have to make sure that the generator is outside, right? And then you gotta check the fuel and oil levels. And then we're gonna make sure nothing is plugged into the power outlets. Probably pretty important. And we're gonna connect the battery, which we've already done. We're also gonna make sure the receptacle circuit breakers are properly set for operation. So you just have to check these to make sure they're not tripped. And of course you have to push it in to make sure that it's operating. And then turn eco mode off. Turn the fuel control switch to the on position, which is this one right here. And then we're gonna switch the engine switch to run. Now there's 3 ways that we can start this generator, and I recommend this for an RV. You can have the push button start on the receptacle. You can either pull it, which is the normal way to do it, or you have a remote start that you can do, I think, from up to like 75 feet away. So this is something I recommend for RVs, so you don't have to go outside your RV to turn it off. And then, yeah, at that point, you can pretty much plug in your electrical devices and it's good to go. Now, really quickly, let's go back up to where the fuel is. Now, obviously, you can run 87, but I do recommend running at 89 first, and then maybe running at 93, and then going back down to 87 to see if you notice a difference in how it performs in terms of the noise. I think that the misconception sometimes is get the cheapest fuel, it doesn't matter, it's just a generator. But it might be a good idea to run a little bit higher octane just to see if it does quiet it down. It may not, but you can always do the test yourself. Now, here is some of the maintenance too. I think one thing that people are gonna always miss is after the first 25 hours or first month of use, you are supposed to change the oil. So that's just something to keep in mind. And of course, everything else that you see there, you can pause if you like. And then this just shows a little bit more information about the engine oil. So we're gonna make sure that the eco is off. Turn the power on, so the light's on right there. And then we're gonna turn the fuel on. And then all right, so it's been running for about a couple minutes now. And I gotta tell you, it's actually not that loud. I don't have a mic in my phone right now, so you're just hearing it with just a standard microphone on my phone, and hopefully you guys can hear me pretty well. Now this is going to be the loudest part of the generator. There is no load under it right now, so that's obviously going to be, you know, something to consider too. But I'm really pleased with this. Here's just a quick look at the interface. I just filled it up with fuel. There is no load on it right now, and if you put it on eco, you know, make it a little bit more quieter for you too. Really cool. And if you want to turn it off, all you gotta do is, that's pretty much it. Really easy stuff. But I hope this video was helpful. I just wanted to show it to you guys, unboxing it, and just to show you how loud it was. I'll put it on the load here in a few days because we're supposed to get some 90-degree weather. And where we are, we only have 15 amp. So that's not even enough to run an AC unit on the RV. So this will be coming in handy pretty soon. So I'll do a follow-up and let you guys get a better perspective of how it sounds and how it works under load. See you guys soon. I almost forgot to mention, so this generator has had a known problem with them not connecting the choke to the control module. And so it was running really rich. That problem is fixed so far. It's basically, what month is it? It's May of 2022. And I have not witnessed the same problem other people have had. So there you go. Answers that question. Go ahead and buy you a nice Westinghouse generator.